Estás a punto de entrar a un podcast chilango, donde el cotorreo de la vida diaria se mezcla con lo cutre, lo bizarro, la belleza y el arte. Bienvenido a la Mazmorra Mundana.
Hola mundanos y mundanas, we are here in another episode of La Mazmorra Mundana, the worst place where a podcast has ever been made. However, muchas gracias for your support. A total honor to introduce the next artist, Carlo Betts from The Hiddens, está aquí en La Mazmorra Mundana. Welcome.
Hi, it's a pleasure, Mr. Mundano. I'm really looking forward to have a wonderful time here, a good conversation, and we can do it in both languages. So I'm glad to be invited. So thank you.
Thanks, Carlo. Welcome to this podcast. Thanks for your time. I appreciate this. I know that your second language is English. So I want to ask you some questions in English, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Before continuing with this podcast, you should know that my English sucks.
It's fine. It's fine. We can get it better. Trust me.
Thanks.
With practice.
Tell me, where are you from and what brought you together to create music?
Well, I'm from here, actually. I was raised and born here in Zapopan, in Guadalajara, Jalisco. And, well, I was raised in Tlajumulco, actually. I spent most of my life in Tlajumulco and in the surrounding areas and in the city. And what brought me here to create The Hiddens? Well, it's a long story. We started the project in the high school back in Preparatoria Tlajumulco from La UDG. And which I met Joshua Ibanez, which is he's a drummer. Was really cool. So this is what happened. I'm gonna be honest. My mom passed away in a car crash. She died when I was just 16.
Sorry for your loss.
That's fine. That's how life it is. So I was just learning how to play guitar, and I was 16 back then. And I remember that I wanted to be a football player. I wanted to play football and have fun. But one day, my mom talked to me in her room, and she was telling me basically like, if what I'm doing, it's not what it's gonna make me happy, and I should do whatever makes me happy in life. That's what she told me. She said, maybe it's on the guitar, maybe what you do on the guitar is better than what you do in football. And I'm not saying that you're bad, but maybe you're better at making music, and that's something that's stuck in me, inside of me, and make me wanted to, to just learn more guitar, and wanted to form a band after she passed away. Was like, I want to make a band. I want to make a band like Interpol. Interpol was a very huge influence in my life, and it changed the way that I saw life in general. It made me pick up a guitar, like Paul Banks says in one of his songs, and just play it, and express myself, my feelings. And I approached Joshua. It's very funny because I told him in a welcoming party. I told him, hey, bro, do you want to make a band or something? I know you play the drums and that, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, no. He rejected me. And I was like, damn. Well, I have two other friends back then that wanted to make a band too. And my dad used to play the drums. Well, he still plays, but it's like a hobby for him. He was never a musician, actually. I'm the first musician in my family. So we started jamming Sundays at my grandparents' house, where my grandpa David used to live, David Betts, which he was British. That's why I speak English, and my last name is Betts. The house was heritated by my dad, and well, we went on Sundays, and after like 3-4 months, Josh sent me a message, and he said like, hey, my band just split it up. We never actually have even a rehearsal or something, never a practice. Do you still have your band? You still want to make a band? And I was like, sure, bro, come on. I need a drummer. My dad cannot be our drummer. He's just like playing, like spending time with us. But he's not gonna be the drummer of the band. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. So I was actually some days playing the drums myself, and I'm not that good on playing drums actually. Like I have some issues with moving my legs and my arms at the same time. It's very, very hard actually. It's very hard to be a drummer. And the guy went in and killed it, like he was learning to, but he had a talent, and he wanted to do something like me. I always told the band like, hey, I want to do something seriously. I want to do something professional. Like, I know we're still in high school, but I wanna sound like these bands. And I remember that I recommended Interpol, Franz Ferdinand, The Killers, Joy Division, the Chameleons, The Smiths, The Cure. So I was into that back then a lot. Still nowadays, but I listen to more music now, to a lot of music actually. Well, that's the story. And they actually sometimes they miss the rehearsals, the practices, and I was like, hey, why are you hiding from me? You are like the hidden. So that's how the name came across, inside of my mind, the hiddens. That's why, because they never assisted the practices. So that's the story of the name, actually, the hiddens.
Okay.
Because they never went to practices.
Cool. That's cool. I've been listening to some of your songs, and they really have a indie feeling. Tell me what it's mean to be a Mexican band and sing in English. What is the purpose of singing in English?
It's very hard, to be honest, to being a Mexican band and try to play English in English, the music. There was once that we went to this, this contest of bands in C3, in C3. With Linkin Velasquez. It was called back then Rockstar Wars. I don't know if you heard of it before. It was like 8 years ago in 2017, 2018. But anyways, we went there in May 2018 and we actually killed it. There was like the rules. It was sell 25 tickets if you can. And it's like 50% of the contest. And the other 50% is the music itself. And we were allowed to play 2 songs in 10 minutes maximum. So it has to be like 2 songs of 5 minutes each, or 1 song of 6 minutes or 7, the other one of 3 or 2 minutes, So we were actually just starting back then. The band had like, how much? 6 months, 7 months. We were already composing music. We never actually played covers. That was one of the conditions that I always told the other band members. And so we got 2 songs. One of them is in our album, but it's like a bonus track on Bandcamp. So only the people that support us to the Bandcamp and buy the album over there can listen to that song, which is called Tell Me. And the other song that we dropped, we don't play it anymore. It was called The Things Are Not Being the Same. And so we went there and we killed it. We play really cool. There's actually a video on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. If you want to go and see it. We were very young, and actually Josh and me are the only members that are still left in the band, because right now we just changed the lineup with new members. One of them is called Joe Staff, and the bassist, her name is Paula Benzer. So we are in a new time, in a new era of the Hidden. So that's something that I wanted to discuss too. And we went there and we killed it, and we came in 2nd place. But my uncle that went to see us, we sell the 25 tickets. My family went, my friends, my cousins. It was really cool. The friends of my other band members went, the family of them. It was on a Sunday, and my uncle was friend from one of the jury's members, and they told him that they're not going to win because they sing on English, just to let them know, because we want to support Spanish bands that sing in Spanish. We cannot support an English lyrics, we cannot support that. And I was like, why not? Like, what's the matter with that? Can I curse in here? ¿Puedo decir groserías?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that, fuck that shit. I don't fucking like it. Like, if I wanna sing my songs in English. That's the way that I express, and people always criticize me because they think that it's me pretending to be something that I'm not. But they don't know me. They don't know my life. They don't know my roots. And my roots are both Mexican and British. So that's why I speak Spanish and English. And I love both languages. But the way that I express, that I started composing poems first and before actually playing guitar, was on English, because nobody surrounding me actually understood English. So it was like a cover, like a mask for me to express and don't think about what others might think about it, because they're not going to actually understand it if they don't know English. So it was something to protect myself and something that has healed me. And now it's something that if I try to make a song in Spanish, I mean, I probably can. I have done Spanish songs, but I don't feel the same, like the rhythms and all of that. It's harder for me to compose in Spanish. And on English, it's like I'm writing, and then the lyrics just I go with the flow, you know what I mean? I just start writing, and everything fits together. Like everything has a rhythm. I know how to make the chorus. I know how to make verses. I know how to make breaches, hooks, and well, that's the way I express. And I told you about that story because it's something that is truth. That people here in Mexico, of course, we love our culture, right? We love Mexico, and we have United States as our neighbors, right? And they speak English, and they are, well, they sometimes, they're not very gentle sometimes with people, with others, right? Sometimes they're racist, and we don't appreciate that. And maybe that harsh and that history that we share between both countries is what makes, in my opinion, this reasoning, this way of thinking, which is like, if you go to listen to any other Mexican band, the first band that they don't criticize, it's The Warning. And it's because The Warning has already groundbreak everything, they're going on gigs in Europe, they're going on gigs in the United States, they're going pretty much everywhere in the world right now, and everybody loves them. And because everybody loves them, it's like, well, the people that criticize them are like, hey, you criticize that because you're not cool, man. And before, in the past, it wasn't like that, like the Warning is something that is going to help us a lot to change this way of thinking, and to understand that I made the songs. You ask me why I made it in English. The purpose too is because everybody can listen to them and understand them in every part of the world. And there are a lot of people that listen to us that are from more than 80 countries worldwide. And I know it's because it's in English. I don't underestimate Spanish at all. I respect Spanish, and of course I speak it every day, and I'm glad that I talk it. But in this context, I like to make art this way because I think I can make a change in the world with my music. I know I can help people, and that is one way that I can help them connect in English.
That's awesome, Carlo.
Thank you.
Okay, Carlo, we continue with this podcast. The recording, the mixing, the bass, the arrangement, everything sounds pretty good. Tell me, who's producing? Who are you working with?
Thank you so much for that. Well, the album we recorded in 2022 under the producing hand of Diego Romero. Diego Romero founded a music studio called the Oven Recording Company, and we actually met him through my college. I studied music in El Quad, in the UDG, actually nearby here, a couple of blocks from here.
Yeah.
And I got a friend whose name was Anthony, and he said like, hey brother, what's your band? Did you have a band or something? Yeah, my band is the Hiddens, and we just recorded this demo on the studio. You want to listen to it? Yeah, sure. I'm going to my studio, and I'm gonna play it over there, and I'm gonna give you my opinion. And he went and played it, and there was Diego Romero was listening that demo too, and the next day he said, you should go to that studio. I highly recommend it that you work over there. We actually play English too, and so the next year in 2020, after the pandemic happened, I scheduled a meeting with them, and I went and I showed them my project and I started talking with them, and they were like so into it, and I really like that. Like they were like short, and they actually speak English too. So we were like talking in English, and he were like, yeah, I mean, if you want to do these guys, you're gonna do it seriously. And he produces very professional. He's very professional. He's one of the best producers in Mexico, I will say. No questions asked. You know, like you can listen his work. Like another producers have listened to my recordings and actually see like the sound frame, the the sound wave, and they say like it's very good done. Like the compression, the filters, the effects, everything is on point. And we record the album in 6 months, but in a song per day. So we went and we record a song in 1 day only. We started with the drums in the morning, and we make the entire song. We record the entire song in just 1 day. In between the producer Diego, Josh in the drums, and me doing the other instruments. I played bass, guitars, synthesizers, and the voice, and sometimes piano. And it was pretty fun. So it was amazing. He's Diego Romero, the producer. I hands down to him as a master.
He's very good.
Yeah, he's very good. He's a very good person too. It's really fun.
What about the name of your new album? That sounds strange.
Castle Hidden.
Castle Hidden sounds weird. What does it mean?
It's a Dutch word. It's more, well, it's not like a word, but it's more like an expression. Castle Hidden, from the Netherlands, from Holland or Hollanda here. It's pretty funny, the story, actually, because back in 2017, 2018, I used to play a lot of PES, which is like the opposite of FIFA, because I really love football. So there's a team in in the Netherlands, which is called Sparta Rotterdam. And they have like a cantic, like a song that the supporters sing, the fans, throughout the games. And it's a song that has actually go way back, like 300, 400 years from now. And it was from a duke, from a lord that they have. And it's a long song. So one of the words is castle here, and it means like what they're saying over there is like the people that guard or protect the castle, because there was like a riot or something going on where I remember, and they wanted to like go to his castle and kill the lord.
Okay.
But the lord was very appreciated by a lot of people in Rotterdam. So they made that song to protect him, and that's why they're castle hidden, because they are the protectors of the castle. And the cover actually is, you saw that it's an eye, right? It's an eye. And some people think that there are like hills or mountains, but it's actually a castle. The idea, it's a castle with the eye. And we are the hidden, so we are the protectors, the guardians of the hidden truth. And we want to share the truth, but we don't want the truth to be forgotten or destroyed. That's why we protect the castle. That's why it's castle hidden. It's the concept.
Okay, Carlo, where does your inspiration come from?
From life in general, like day by day living. Like, for example, All the Same, which is our most popular song. It's just me when I was 18, like going to school every day, going to high school after my mom passed away. Like after somebody close to you dies, everything suddenly loses like a meaning for me. For at least for me, that's the way it happened. Like everything, why we do what we do. Why do we wake up and go to work? Why do we wake up and go to school? To learn, to gain money, to blah, 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 blah. Is it actually necessary? I mean, is it necessary to do all of that? I don't think so. I don't think we are meant to do that, but we still do it anyways. So it's just a day by day inspiration. Like if I'm dating someone and I really have feelings for that person, I'm gonna make a song about it, about love, about what I'm feeling. If I'm feeling sad, I'm gonna make a song about what is making me sad. But I don't want to make songs to just make people feel this way or this around. Like, I actually want to make conclusions in the songs. Like, for example, on All the Same, I say that everything is the same. It's the same people, the same good old thoughts, the same old fashioned man, the same boots, the same weather. Every year you get the same weather. Like, oh, it's already raining. It's already snowing, or it's already getting colder, or it's already hot, like. But at the end of the song, it's like I'm saying it's not the same. Like, everything is meant to change, to evolve, So that's the inspiration where it comes from. It's like, we're gonna discuss in Spanish, but I have had an odd life, like a weird life, like not a common life. I have traveled a lot. I know a lot of places. I know a lot of people. I met people that know Bill Gates, that know Felipe Calderon. I met people that know Carl Sagan in person, people that work at NASA. I have discussed with them. So I have a crazy life, and that's what I want to put in my songs, like this cosmic interplay, this cosmic interconnection with everything. It's entangled. Everything, it's so quantum right now. Quantum is like the popular word of the moment, right? In science, like quantum science, quantum mechanics, and I really like that. That's why I got this triquetra. I just recently got this tattoo, and I also got the color. So, because everything is interconnected, you can see it here, and this is life, and this is every point of life that is getting interconnected behind everything. That's how life works.
It's about the Celtic culture.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I think a part of me, of my blood, comes from there. From the Celtas, from the Celtics.
What do you like most about the life as a musician, Carlo?
Well, I love the freedom that I like feeling my life with freedom, even though that I don't feel like we're free at all. Like, nobody is free, but we try to fight to have this illusion of what is so-called life, to give it a purpose, even though that I agree with David Lynch, director that passed away a few days ago, when he said, I think if you tell people that life doesn't have a reason to be, a purpose, or that, it's like people don't want to hear that because they're gonna get depressed. But to me, it's funny. To me, it's funny how we pretend so much and what we have actually achieved by pretending. We have cities, we have people working on shit. We have scientists, we have musicians, we have politicians, we have doctors, we have philosophers. What we do, we have all of that, right? If it doesn't have a purpose, well, it doesn't, but we still made it something, out of nothing. And I really like that about a musician life, is that you can meet everybody. You can be friends of everybody. That's one of the things that I love more about being a musician. Like, I can be friend of someone that is very poor, and I can be with them in their house, and I can be with someone that is so rich in their mansion, and I'm gonna be there with them playing or with them talking, but I'll be in every social structure, and that's one of the things that I most love, because everybody loves a musician. Musicians and artists are so dangerous. I was reading that the other day, because we met everybody and we know what everybody's thinking. So it's crazy, that's crazy. What is the next question, bro?
The next question is, what do you hate most about life as a musician? The worst.
Well, it's more like an imposition about society. I wanted you to ask me that right away, because I think it's interconnected with the other question, like, why do I love and why do I hate? I think love and hate are the same, like the same feeling, the same emotion. It's starting from the same thing, and it's something that obsesses you, or something that you will make your mind into. You put your attention into that, your mindset, and it takes a lot of your energy. The thing is that hate, even though that is the same energy as love, it's exhausting. It's something that it's like a cancer, and it poisons your body, your consciousness. And love gives you more and enrich you, and likes you and gives you something that you feel better. And hate is like if you want to do bad things, hate is for you, and it's gonna compensate you. But hate is not gonna be as rewarding as love it is. What I hate is moral imposing, like I said, of society, which is not having enough money, right, to actually share what I want. And what other things that I hate about being a musician is that there are other people, they are conscious, and they do have the money, but they want to take advantage of you to gain money. And I don't appreciate that. I don't like that. I have seen that. I have lived that, and I don't like that. I don't like that people takes your work, your hard work that you're doing, and want to do something for selfish for them, for their own personal gain or ego. And I don't like that. That's one of the things that I hate about being a musician, that sometimes people think you're a fool. You can express yourself, but you don't know how the world works. That's what they say. And I'm gonna take you, and yes, I can bring you fame, I can bring you money, I can bring you girls or whatever you are into, but it's like, why? If we work together, we can get more out of it. That's one of the things that I hate about musician.
Thank you for being on the podcast. Remember to follow the Hiddens on their social media networks, as well as podcast La Mazmorra Mundana.
Yeah, go follow Mr. Mundano, La Mazmorra Mundana.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fucking cool to be here, bro. Thank you for this time in English.
Thank you.
Nice.